Hello, everybody. This is Noah and John, and we are from Urban Digs. And today is Monday, so you're going to get your Brooklyn weekly market update. John, let's get right to it. I'm looking at Brooklyn supply to start us out, 2,631. Show me that chart.
Yeah, it's going sideways. We've had a couple upticks, given that holiday weekend, but really the trend, Noah, in Brooklyn supply, it's sideways at best.
Sideways, maybe a slant down over here. I don't know. It's tough to get a read on what's going on with supply. We'll go to some charts at the end of this and see if we can get any clues on that. I'm not guaranteeing anything. But in the meantime, let's go over to Brooklyn demand pending sales, 3,109. Johnny, show me that chart.
That's also a tick up. But pending sales has this trend in which it kind of ticks up for a couple of weeks, then falls down to a new low. But so I would look, it's the middle of summer. I think we're in a sideways trend here, and I don't expect that to change in the near future.
Yeah, and I think in general, I think our forces are going to be kind of pressured on the lower side, but it is Brooklyn, and Brooklyn has surprised us before. I still look at the pending sales to supply ratio, and there's not a lot of probably good quality inventory that's priced to sell right now. So even though things are kind of damping a little bit, I don't know if buyers are like, wow, this is an incredible market to get deals. It's probably still few and far between to find those values right now. Let's shift over to the weekly, see if we're going to get any clues there. I'm looking at Brooklyn supply 208. Looks like it's down just a tick. Johnny, show me that chart.
It's down. You're right. It's down just a tick, but this is where things really get noisy. So we're down 4.5% from the week before, but really it's doing nothing but going sideways. I mean, it's the middle of summer. Again, I don't expect much in terms of supply until we hit September, October.
Right. Okay. So when there's noise here, we'll say there's noise here. We're not really seeing a clear trend, and that's what we're seeing right over here. But let's look over to contract signed. That looks like it popped from the holiday slowdown, 123 in the weekly pace, but it still feels low in general, Johnny, from where we were used to being. Show me that chart.
It is low compared to where we've been. I mean, we're well over 200 now. We're sort of, just barely over 100 on the weekly level. I think we've sort of, we've drifted down. I think we've hit the new summer range here. We were a little bit lower with the holiday week previously, but now we kind of popped back up. And I expect it to kind of remain range bound here for the foreseeable future. I mean, yeah, you might have some days where some weeks we're up 10%, down 10% from here, but that's not a lot of contracts when it comes down. We're talking like 10 or 15 plus or minus. So I think we're sort of in the new normal for the summer at this point.
Yeah, and if I go to 1 month over here, I always like to look at 1 month. You can see, they're down 33%, but also look at supply down 24%. So that's kind of muting. It's kind of muting that effect. And, everyone's saying, all right, we know demand is down, but supply is not rising. And that's the thing about these markets is supply is going down with it. Let's take a look at Brooklyn net new listings and let's parse supply and see if we can find out what's going on, Johnny. And when I think about all the forces that affect what's going on, this is the net new listings and it's trending down. Like it's looking at what's going on in the market, looking at what's going into the contract, looking at what's going off the market. You put all that into the whole processing unit. And do we have green, positive, which is pushing supply higher, or do we have red and that's pushing supply lower? And it's just back and forth, Johnny. I can't find a trend.
It is. And, in March, we first had a green bar up after several red bars down. It was sort of, it was Brooklyn, the canary in the coal mine. It's sort of, the slowing in the markets, and it turned out to be true. And the Manhattan certainly slowed after that, but then followed by April with a red bar, May a green bar. So the market's very undecided. But no, at the bottom there, if you'll go, we can break this down. We can kind of see how this market looks through various price points. That next one there is Brooklyn under $1 million. And you can clearly see that this market, buyers are still feeling the pressure simply because of the units that are being signed in a contract and taken off market, that those numbers are just more than supply overall. So it just feels like there's less on the market, even though sales volume, contract volume, I should say, is down.
Very, very interesting. And this is the under 1 million market, definitely a tight market. This is going to be the over $1 million market. And you can see less tight. Again, it's conflicting signals, and this is kind of mixed. This is noise. It's kind of offsetting. And then when I look at the townhouse market, that's the market that's seeing a little bit of change, at least a little bit more of a trend. 3 of the last 4 quarters seeing upward bias on that townhouse inventory. And I guess that would make sense because, townhouses really reaped the benefit of the recovery in Brooklyn. It wasn't really those condo units that did crazy recovery. It was the townhouses that really showed that growth. So if you're going to have some kind of a normalization, you're probably going to see it first in those sectors that had the biggest appreciation in the shortest period of time.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Johnny, this is very, very useful to see. Thank you for bringing up all this data and pulling up for the users to see. That is John Walkup. I am Noah Rosenblatt. We're both of Urban Digs. Don't forget, you guys got questions, we got answers. We got our forum right over here. If you want any of the reports that John posted today, they'll be right over here. If you are new to Urban Digs, you can try us out and register right now and get a 2-week free trial. Check it out. Other than that, this has been your Brooklyn Weekly Market Update. We'll catch you next time.